My name is Margaret Ann Windsor. Peggy Ann Dempsey Childers was the name given me when I was kidnapped in 41 and brought to Moulton, Alabama, given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey, married names Childers. Both twins were dead, and I grew up using that name, and that's what I have to use today. This is my Aunt Georgia O'Keefe. My mother is Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, Windsor, legally wed to my father, King Edward VIII. A double was used to take him out with a bunch of lies and a brother, George VI, who, well, what kind of brother would do this to another brother? This is the double that married Simpson. And George VI helped kidnap me. I was born in 39. He met with President Roosevelt and his family in 39 at the White House. The Kennedys, Joe Kennedy was ambassador to Great Britain, and this is his granddaughter, Caroline, up for ambassadorship, so they've all done pretty good. While my life's a living hell, trying to get my name back and being tortured to death. Now then, what I really wanted to say here too was you won't find me on the genealogy sheet. I think I said that. Descendants of King George V and Queen Mary. And by the way, my name is Victoria II, and I am the legal heir. But it's got Edward, Duke of Windsor, King Edward VIII, and it's got Wallace Simpson, which is a total lie, which allowed his brother, Albert King George VI, and his illegal Queen Elizabeth, and by the way, there was a Margaret there, the sister. My name is Margaret Ann Windsor, Victoria II. I think I showed you this. I hope I'm not in the best shapes what's being done to me and been done. This is the illegal monarch. I'm dressed in rags. I eat, that's about all I can say. She sure looks fine using my money and the Brits' money because she works for the United States. Now then, I think I showed you these things. I really wanted to focus, and I don't want to forget this because I wrote about mind control back in 77, 78, and I got filled with antifreeze, and all of it illegal. I mean, you can't believe it. And then that was April of Food Day of 80. Now then, I'm going to wait about this. I'm going to read this first. I did write this down. I don't usually do that. But in 79, I had done the book, and I was trying to get it published, and a lot of things illegal were being done to my children, Mark and Scott, and me. July the 23rd, which is the day my father was born, but this year was 79, I got a letter from U.S. Attorney Harper's office of an ongoing investigation, national security involved. The following, April the 1st, was when of 80, is when I had the antifreeze put in me, and brain damage, and it should have killed me. It should have gone into a coma and died. Now then, I wanted to read this because it happened in 79, November the 4th, 79 to January the 20th, which would have been of 80. Jimmy Carter was president then, and he was governor when I was doing the book there in Georgia. So Jimmy Carter was very aware of me, my real name, and the going on. But here's the, they just had the UN meeting, and I wanted to read this from back in 79, which was when I got the letter from the FBI, and then A couple of months later, I was still with antifreeze. I'd written a book called MD, I'm Licensed to Kill, about mind control murders and programming people. So I thought it was because of the book. I did not know about my real name and kidnapping until '83, when I was in a political campaign and flown to Larry Flynn's. And quite frankly, the Brits told me. So the Brits have been there when they could, very much so. But I want to go back to this date when the hostages, this is what, and I'm going to quote Jimmy Carter, the president. 52 American hostages were held for 444 days. Jimmy Carter called their hostage victims of terrorism and anarchy. So it was called the Iran hostage crisis. They were turned over January the 20th, I believe, and Ronald Reagan got credit for it, but Jimmy Carter was the one that really made the deals. I have been tortured every day of my life. I'm seriously, in ways that everybody watched here, and they really thought it was funny. So I won't get into it. I've put it on other tapes, videos that I've uploaded. I was kidnapped in '41 when I was 2 years old. So I'm almost 75. I have two sons, Mark and Scott, that are heirs after me. I hope they're alive. I don't know where they are. I haven't known for a long, long time. So now then, the truth is too bad for the United States to tell. Now I wanted to do this before I finish this video. I wrote about mind control. Of course, this happened later, but yes, all this can be proven. This is named Project Lucid, the book, about implantable biochips, and it's Timothy McVeigh, who fought in the war and come back and told everybody he had an implant in him, a chip. So the Murray building, federal building, was blown up in Oklahoma City, and he was put to death. Now this is William. Supposedly he has a chip. Point being, he's illegal. Everybody adores him. What can I say? Now, this is one of the murders that I met this young man in Marietta, Georgia. I was working a part-time, well, not part-time, temp agency, and lucky to get that. And I was sent out to Lovell, it's a private school, and supposed to meet, I was sent out as secretary to the coaching staff, and I was supposed to meet Jens Zorings, and his father was a diplomat, German diplomat. Now then, later, I was flown out to Larry Flynn's. He furnished me a car for a year, and I've never heard from him since, other than they did an editorial that was nice in April of '84. But this, I had the car, and I was in Grottoes, Virginia, pumping gas for a living and cashiering in a store. But this is one of the mind control murders that absolutely everybody here knows about. Knew it was mind control, knew about me, all of it. Jens Zorings is in Buckingham, Virginia State Prison in Dillwyn, Virginia. He's written books, I understand. Nancy Haysom is in Goochland Prison, and they went there for killing her parents, Nancy and Derek Haysom. She's a British subject, I believe, and of course Jens is German. So this was all pulled off right over here in court, and the TVs covered it night and day, especially Channel 7. They know all of this, the mind control murders at Virginia Tech, the 33. I didn't show Jens. I wanted to show this one because of, well, his attorneys knew all of it. Now then, I want to show this one. This is all I'm going to show. if you get the gist. This happened later after I did the book in 77, and I had lists in it then. This is Fort Hood shooter. He went to Virginia Tech. He became a psychiatrist. Um, so that leaves me here. It's all been done to me. I mean, I've been tortured, and so were my children. There's not a day I don't think that went by with this country watching, and I'll say it again, this country um, controls the UN. Therefore, the Iranian, I suppose, being kind of friendly with Obama, but they're going after Assad. You either join them or you're dead meat.